Hey guys, what's up? Cobra Access and Allies here, presenting to you my newly built crate I've built for my global 1914 game I've been creating. I'm gonna have to do a map review video, but for right now I'm gonna show you all the boxes I made for my units. And right here you can see the storage box, which is kind of like a Foot Locker style. Here are my actual boxes, and first up is Japan. It's a pretty nice box. I kind of copied the way that G.I. Joe painted up his for his Sired Blood map. Right here is my Austro-Hungarian box. All these boxes are made out of 1/4-inch wood that I glued together. They've got little slots on the inside for separation of units. Next up's my German Empire box. This one was pretty tough to make the little white outline, but I got through it. I used a Sharpie to do the tight little detailing on the inside, and I think it came out like really good. It's one of my favorite boxes, that I've made. Next up is my Chinese Empire box, and I just went with this singular flag, the flag it had in 1914, but halfway through your game, China goes into a civil war, so breaks into two nations, so that's the box can hold both those nations. Here's America. I just went with a few stripes and no stars because I really wasn't in the mood for painting up all those stars and possibly messing one up. My Italian box, pretty simple. Here's one of my favorites, the British flag. Took a lot of taping and time and layers to get through this flag, but I think it came out really well, and it's one of my favorites. Next up is my Russian Empire box. I had to use a little Sharpie to try to get that eagle detailing, but I think it came out okay. The Ottoman box, I really like this one. Even though it looks pretty simple, the stenciling came out really nice for the star and the moon. The French box, you can see here, all the boxes have an unpainted side. I just thought that would look okay. I kind of like how the flag wraps over the box. This is my Confederacy, Confederate States of of America box, and you'll see this in my map review. But there's a alternative setup based off the Hairy Turtle Dove Confederate Victory book series. I thought it was really interesting, and it adds like a different style to the game, with America being not as big of like a key player in the war. So hope to get to that soon. Here's my Spanish Empire box, and these guys can be aligned to the Germans during the war, and they're their own playable nation. This is my Mexican box, another one like Spain that can be aligned to the Axis team, or the Central Powers team, and played as its own nation, so you could technically give this to a separate player if you wanted to. And here is my Soviet Bolshevik box, a little bit smaller, but yeah, they're there, so hopefully they don't get too out of hand during the Russian Civil War. And I've based their rules off of line in the trenches rules. You can see here that all the boxes have little 1/4-inch dividers on the inside of them, so that they can separate all the units, and I'm just doing land, air, naval, and roundels. And the smaller boxes just have two separate holders because they just get a lot less units, so I can put them all together. You can see here the big box. We've got a dice rolling tray inside of it, and in here also is a neutrals box too, for all the neutral countries. This I think is made out of 1/2-inch wood, and it's glued and nailed together to look like a military Foot Locker crate. You can see here that the first layer of boxes all fits inside of it with the neutral box, and the small boxes fit perfectly inside of the dice rolling tray, so that's pretty nice. And then lastly, the top layer of boxes goes on, and the whole entire thing closes shut. So I hope you enjoyed this quick look at my storage containers, and Hopefully if I get some 1914 games in, I'll be able to show these off to you and see how my friends like them. Cobra, out.